Hi there. Okay, I just thought that you just started a new game, a new iteration of the game, and you're showing people what is possible with your current course. I just thought you could show them the birth, the beginning of your latest game, which is what is it called?
Tanks 2050 is a current name. We might change it later, but yeah.
So this particular model, explain to this looks quite advanced. What are you trying to achieve here?
Yeah, so this is like a Tron style tank. It's quite cool looking. Nice neon lights that actually glow in the Unity scene. It's quite cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. I love the coloring, and I see that you've got like how have you set up the actual movements? With each individual wheel almost there track. How's that all set up?
So originally I was doing the default system. What most people usually use is just adding a force to the tank, just pushing it along, sliding it along, and that did sort of work, but it could barely go up any sort of hill at all. So instead I'm using simulating each wheel individually with Unity's wheel collider system.
So you're saying you are using that?
Yes, I'm now using the wheel collider system. I got rid of the old just pushing the tank.
Okay, and yeah, so that looks freaking awesome. Wow. And this new game that you are starting to work on right now, the last, let's say, month, building this particular model and then simulating this world. What is the world about? So AI has taken over.
Yeah, that's the current plan. It might change later on, but the basic idea is that AI has taken over the world and that you must try and, I guess, defeat the AI.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. And there are small sections of humans, perhaps, in certain areas, and then you must go and retrieve them. What are you working on right now? You're working on the model and how the model looks seamlessly in this new world. And it's a dark world, right?
Yeah, it is quite dark. I'm gonna add like neon lights and make it futuristic looking, and I'm gonna have a bunch of TVs. I mean, it's like modern day, but instead of all those TVs on the buildings, instead of just showing a bunch of adverts, they're gonna be maybe AI propaganda or something like that.
Okay, that's cool. So how have you constructed this wheel system, which you're currently working? You've been struggling on that quite a bit, so.
Yeah, I did go through many iterations of the wheel system. But yeah, I think I've come to a nice idea. I still have to simulate the tracks moving up and down, but the wheels are actually working quite nicely.
Yeah, and maybe you could show people the world, just the beginning, the birth of the world. And you also struggled a lot with I don't think you've got that down yet, but the road system is really hard. Eh? Maybe you could
Yes.
show people that
So
and
I've
just
got the
open
road
it.
system fine, but it's the intersections that are quite complicated. So I'm still redesigning the road and stuff like that.
Okay, so show us why did you choose Unity instead of what's the other?
Unreal or Godot.
Yeah, why? What is your
So I didn't choose Godot because first of all I'd have to learn a GD script, and I would.
well, you did GD script. You thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's quite hard though, and I'm not. Yeah, and the node system I don't like much with the coding, and also I don't want to do Unreal because it's first of all way too process intensive for the actual for my computer, and also because I have to learn C++, which I don't know yet.
But you do kind of know C++ a little bit. But I mean, it's just, I think the main thing is that it's easier with the current setup to use C sharp, right?
Yeah, C Sharp and Unity are great, and I actually quite like them. And of course, I'm used to them, so I don't have to learn a whole game engine.
Yeah, okay. Great. So beginners Unity is perhaps quite a good.
Or beginners or advanced. I mean, a lot of my favorite games are made with Unity. City Skylines, both versions are made with Unity. Yeah, and that's
Okay,
quite a
great.
big
So
game
show
now.
us the new world, not the new world, the just the birth of the new world, just the constructions. Basically, what is it? A city skyline?
It's supposed to be like a city with massive buildings. Yeah, it's. I'm going to upgrade it later on. Okay, here we have the scene.
Okay, so yeah, that's a weird color that you've chosen. Just kind of
Yes.
just. Is that a bridge? Okay, so wow, that looks cool. I see that slow it down a bit and show us the wheels going over bumps.
Yeah,
So
you
you
can
can
actually
kind of
see the wheels going
see,
up. It needs a smoother transition, but there's the base for now.
and it goes over bumps. Oh, you see, oh, go slowly and then just go over some bumps so you can see the wheels. Oh, it looks really nice. Yeah.
Okay, let's go over the sidewalk. Previously, the tank couldn't even go up bumps for some reason. Oh, and the
So,
track systems will, of course, have to react to terrain as well.
okay, so explain to us how you did the tracks. So each individual track, it took you a while, you say.
Yes, it was a simple concept. All it was every wheel was a wheel collider, except it was such a mission to do. The reason why is because I had to drag and drop so many things, like so much. It was quite
What
a
do you
pain.
mean drag and drop? What does that
So I
mean?
had to drag the game objects into a window like multiple times, like just so many times to hook up the wheel collider properly. It was, and because this tank has like 12 wheels, it's a mission.
Okay, and you're going to fix the tracks, obviously, also. And then
Yes, the tracks will be attached to the wheels so they react to the terrain nicely. Well, that's the current plan for the tracks.
and then you say the road system is obviously in the next mission.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to try fix the road system.
You need sidewalks, signage, new buildings. You have to construct all the material around the buildings.
Yeah, of course, all the buildings are just boxes I placed there. They have no textures, nothing like that yet. There's just a prototype pretty much right now.
And I see you've got some sky there, some misty sky.
Yeah, sadly the camera can't look up, which is irritating.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, great. I think, yeah, that's
yeah, they
great.
do have moving clouds and all
And
sorts.
and are we going to be able to drive the tank, other tanks, fighting tanks and drones and ragdoll creatures and zombies?
Yeah, so
and-
I've really got cool ideas of like if you hit like a AI robot, it'll just go ragdoll and go flying in the air if you hit it. All sorts of cool things like that. So it should be quite a cool game.
Yeah, so this is going to be your first game. We're going to try and do it before you're 12. Before your birthday.
Hopefully I'll be able to get something out. I don't know if I can do it, but we'll see.
Yeah, you said the sidewalks are quite tricky, right?
That's part of the problem where the intersections are a massive problem. I might need to upgrade the system and
Why?
it's quite
Explain to us
complicated.
why it's so difficult.
Because I have to somehow figure out which parts are sidewalk intersections, and I need to somehow connect them and generate the mesh for it, and it's quite complicated. I'll have to work it out eventually, but for now I think it's just temporary fine because the buildings are just boxes, so I don't think it really matters too much right now.
Yeah, and okay, cool. So this is the first start of it. Awesome. It's looking interesting, and just some of the little tweaks and little problems that you have to spend days on, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
endless.
I know it is. Yeah, it is quite difficult, but hopefully I'll be able to do it.
But you can
eventually.
already kind of get a feeling of when you may be driving through an area and it's going to be a really interesting kind of Tron dystopian end of the world AI kind of with lots of maybe colors and lights and signage. Maybe the signage, maybe we can, maybe you can come up with some ideas with some cages of lost humans on display. What do you think of that idea? Isn't that what we discussed a while back?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
That's quite scary, huh?
Oh well, we'll see if we'll add that.
Yeah,
That'd be
cool.
quite interesting.
Okay, great. Anyway, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. See you next episode.